Okay, perfect. So we can have you record and then we'll just clip that for the YouTube.
All right, now,
All right, let's start.
what does the first things first? Welcome to Andino's on the mic. My name is
Yes,
David.
sir.
Right, lead us on the mic.
We got my nephew over here, Aidan, and we got my big brother over here, PJ. How you guys doing today?
Doing great, doing great.
Good, good, man. Good, good. Ready for this game for tomorrow.
Yeah,
For
the
sure.
game is gonna be exciting for tomorrow. They
Now,
got they played good against Ohio. They really did.
the you never left.
No, never left. All right,
Yep.
so a little bit of introductions before we get into all of that, right? Uh So this podcast is basically gonna just be us just hanging out talking about live sports, a lot of sports, but everything that just interests us and anything that moves us. I want to share it with my family, and I hope everybody enjoys the show moving forward. And if anybody has any recommendations, first drop the follow and then drop the recommendations. So I appreciate you guys for joining in. You guys want to introduce yourselves again?
Yes, sir. PJ over here, Miami, Florida. You know, from the old school, Miami. You know, that's why I say the U is back. I was able to see the Orange Bowl. The noise, the no parking, and just happy to be on this chat, man, with my brother and my son. So, guys, follow us. This is just us laid back. Simple gentlemen with simple talk.
Heard,
Sure, for
heard.
sure. All right. So I'm Aiden. Uh, Andino 305 from the 305. Um, of course gotta follow Miami. Tomorrow's a huge game. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, we will beat Ole Miss and we will make it to the championship. But yeah, I'm happy to be here with my uncle and my dad, and we're gonna hopefully give you guys some entertainment and going along forward. We can bring new things and just a great podcast for you guys to enjoy. So basically it.
Excellent,
Yes,
excellent. Good
sir.
job. Good job, guys. So, first thing on the schedule, we got Miami sports besides the Hurricanes, because we're gonna get to the Hurricanes, but let's start off with with some of the appetizers. So we got some quick hits. Dolphins. What do you guys think? We got rid of the GM. Is the head coach the next, or what?
I think unfortunately he's staying. And I say unfortunately because I think if you're going to gut the team, of course you start GM, you go head coach, and then you go to quarterback. It's a rebuilding time where we're okay with that, I think. And,
I'm not.
it hurts. It hurts being a Miami Dolphin fan.
Yeah.
It's just not only this year, just years to come. You think you found the one, and he ends up being the worst.
I wouldn't say
That's
the
true.
worst.
Honestly, I feel like um obviously McDaniels, he's he's not the best. He didn't have some great play calling, but I think the main problem is Tua, his confidence, and I feel like right now, obviously, the media and just his overall game is being affected by the media, and he's not confident anymore, and he's definitely bringing down this offense a bit. But Mike McDaniel's, I don't think he's like most of the problem. I think it's mostly Tua, but then again, I don't think they're gonna let him go. So that's just my opinion. I mean, I don't. I think Tua is not gonna be our future, honestly.
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, the contract says otherwise, right? But I mean, I seen organization move on when they have massive deals on the table with a bunch of dead cap space. But Ewers is right now on the handle. I mean, not good, not bad. Definitely a lot of room for improvement. But in the draft, are we going for a quarterback or not? What do you guys think?
I mean, can make a couple moves. People are talking about there was once a rumor of Lamar coming to Miami. That's be something special, but rumors is just rumors, especially in Miami. unless we get a situation like LeBron that's coming here taking his talents to South Beach. Every other Miami team just gets hits with rumors,
Maybe
and it goes
not,
nowhere.
maybe not a LeBron, but a Lamar, right? There's been talk about
Yeah,
Lamar coming over here.
I would
and
hope,
also
I hope so. I really do. Ewers is a good backup, I would think. I mean,
Like a
he
Matt
got
Moore.
thrown into. Hmm, hmm.
you don't think he has a starting potential?
Ewers.
I think
Yeah,
so, but is it gonna work out in his favor? I don't know, because it's all about timing, and he's like kind of stuck in the middle, right? He's like the rebound after a terrible relationship, right? He's there, he's nice, he says the nice things, right? We looks good, this and that, but at the end of the day, we want what we want, you know? We want the dude, the stud. We want the
that's true.
guy like somebody like Lamar, proven, you know? I'm not a fan of
Going
draft
back to your
picks, but yeah.
going back to your question about if we're gonna draft a quarterback, honestly, I'm not sure what they're gonna go with in this draft class. But I am hearing rumors as well that might come as a quarterback, but also but this is all just rumors that they could fire Mike McDaniel and pick up Jim Harbaugh. So I heard that as well. Jim Harbaugh just got fired from the Ravens, but then again, Lamar doesn't like Jim Harbaugh, so it's just all rumors, and then I
I
don't know
mean,
what they're
I
gonna
think
go forward with the
I
quarterback
think every
situation.
every team that isn't the Patriots or anybody in the playoffs have the same rumor about firing their coach and then getting Harbaugh. I think everybody has the same rumor because as soon as he got let go, which is crazy by the way, crazy.
That's right.
Um, I mean I understand it, right? You have to let go sometimes. Now the Heat.
It
What
could have been a
about
decision.
now? What about the Miami Heat? Right now they started off the season kind of, kind of hot. It looks like they slowed down a lot. What are you? What's your biggest take from the Heat so far this season?
Norman Powell. Game changer. Um, I think if it's gonna work with Hero, they either have to have more time in the court, and unfortunately, Hero has just been injured. But that's the only way it's going to work because when you see both of them together, and maybe it's just a couple of games again, I'm just talking from the games um, it's just they're out of sync. It's just they're flowing differently, and I think it's right now it should be Norman Powell's team, not Hero's team, and it's Hero ready or willing to take the number two, you know, meaning be the Robin, and I don't think he is.
So you
So
feel
and then
like you so you feel
yeah,
like Norman Powell should be the staple of the team rather than Tyler Hero being the staple of the team?
from what I've seen, yes, guy's clutch. Now Hero will get healthy. I just need to see Hero on the court. I mean, we can come back on later on, and maybe in a month from now, and I say, hey, you know what? Hero's back, and
That's good
but
points. I like Norman Powell a lot. I mean, fun fact about him, he's with the Heat, he's the fastest to reach 300 points with the Heat in 12 games. So in his first 12 games. So it took LeBron 13 games and Alonzo Mourning 14 games. So power is there. He does have the power, the the points. The points are there. But when you say Robin, right? I see Powell as the Robin to Bam Adebayo, who's the Batman. Because whether we like it or not, Bam is the center. He is the captain. He is on the floor. He's the floor general that we have, and his game is gradually getting better from what I've seen. And he's starting to hit some of his shots where he always misses, right? At the free throw line, every time he takes his shots at the free throw line, like it's a 50-50 chance. Now I'm looking at it like a 70-30 chance. But I think we do got a solid team, but I think we really need is a center. Like a big center, heavy. We need a lot of weight.
You don't
what
like
about
Kello Ware?
somewhere? You
I like him, right? He shoots threes, but I need I need muscle, dude. Everybody shoots threes. I need muscle. I
True.
need the mass. I need the get out the way. You know, I need that because he's big, but he's also skinny. He's a skinny dude.
Personally, personally, I feel like he's. I mean, I wouldn't say he's in the same situation as Wemby because Wemby, I mean, Wemby's Wemby, but
No, that's a
Kelaware is
freak.
definitely Miami Heat's. Yeah, that's a monster. But Kelaware is definitely like our
No,
Wemby. Like he has the size, he can rebound really well, he can score in the paint, he can shoot. He definitely he's come in off the bench and produced and is very efficient off the bench. Um, I mean, I kind of like Kelaware at like the center position, and Bam Adebayo seems to be excelling more at the forward position. So, I mean, I kind of like Colowares. That's just my opinion. I mean, what
I
about
like
you?
him. I like him too. I like him a lot. But I think we just need the meat, man. It's just I like to go back to the basic basketball. You got to get points in the paint, and you got to bully. You got to play bully ball. That's how you do it.
you know, there's this saying you can't teach size, you know,
Yeah, you can't
and
coach size.
size matters in the league anywhere, you know, in any sport, size does matter. So, he's a good person to have in the paint. You know, he has his shot blocks. He he scores what he needs to score. I would like to see more, like you said, more physicality out of his game. You know, that'd be great. And I think within time, weight room and build his mass. And but we've had some greats, skinny greats, Kevin Garnett, you
That's
know,
true.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
These guys, they didn't have to be a big.
Yeah, but
They
also not
play big.
centers.
I mean,
So, but yeah,
Wemby also. I mean, Wemby is getting to like well, obviously early in his career, but he's getting to that point where I mean, he's just really skinny and lengthy, but he's one of the best defenders, if not the best defender in the league right now. With his averages and he's skinny. I mean, and I feel like he can shoot the ball well, and he might not be physical, but he gets it done on the floor.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we have other people for that, in my opinion. We got Powell, we got Hero, we got Bam. We got these other people on defense, right? Off night, right? You know. Again, I believe if you have a presence in the paint, you can get the rebounds, and I think rebounds matter more than points.
We do have actually. Don't forget who we have. We have the Godfather.
Yeah, yeah.
Pat Riley.
Yeah, and Pat we trust. We
Mhm.
just
Yeah,
got to
we
keep
trust.
trusting, man. He's come big. So there's going to be
Yeah,
moves to make. Moves to he'll
yeah,
make it happen.
yeah. We have a solid team. We have a solid team. We really do. Don't forget Spoelstra. Don't forget that guy, right? Coach of the year a couple of
Yeah.
times. He knows his stuff, right? He got us to the championship not once but twice after LeBron, and he got us with one of them. Well, no, both of them with one of them was Jimmy Butler, right, at the bubble, and the other
Yeah, the
one,
bubble.
No, we lost. We lost to the Lakers
yeah.
No,
But
but we
then
made it to the
in the bubble.
finals.
we were made to the
Oh, got
finals
us to the
twice.
finals. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So with we lost to LeBron and we lost to Jokic, but we made it to the
You
It's
finals.
know,
two of
yeah,
the two of the greats. So
Yeah, yeah. You can't
yeah.
be.
Spoelstra
It's
definitely
hard.
one of the best coaches.
Yeah.
And
So
hey, man, Spoelstra is the new head coach of the USA.
yeah,
You
he is.
well
Congrats,
deserved.
and they
finally.
won.
And that's like the mantle like from one person. Who was it? Coach K? No, Popovich. It was Popovich, Coach
Well,
K.
Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was the last one.
Oh, okay. So it was it Coach K, Steve Kerr, and then Spoelstra.
Not
Wasn't
Spoelstra, yeah.
wasn't Popovich a coach at one time? I could have
I
sworn he
don't know.
was. Yeah. All right.
Right.
Well, we say that to say this, right? So we got the big game tomorrow, right? We got Ole Miss versus Miami, right?
Oh yeah.
I didn't
Is a
think
topic we've been waiting
I,
for.
I didn't think uh in the beginning of the season I didn't know what to think. I knew we were gonna be good, but I didn't think we are gonna be like top five good, right? When we lost that game, was it to unranked, right? We lost twice to
Talking
unranked
about
teams.
Louisville.
Yeah,
Louisville.
yeah. I was like what's going on here? Beck is like throwing the ball like it's crazy. But then the upset happened
SMU.
with with Ohio, and that wasn't just like a dominance win, which is fine, but it was a surgical win. I think it was very tactical. Everybody did their homework and everybody believed in the game plan, and I think that spoke volumes because everybody wrote the U off. Everybody did,
That's true.
except the committee.
except the committee. Yeah, we were
That's
able to
true.
sneak
A
in there,
committee that
man,
got us into the
Uh,
playoffs.
and
and Nick
everybody.
Saban.
Yep, Nick Saban. Yeah, right. He's fucking that guy.
Yeah.
True.
So we got Beck, right? Beck going against Chambliss, right? They both got good records, but again, Beck got 10 interceptions versus his three. So as long as Beck doesn't turn the ball over, I think we have a good chance.
I think that's the key right there. That Beck cannot lose the game for us. We don't need him. We don't need him to win it for us, but he cannot lose the game for us. He is going to have to make a couple of tough third downs that we're going to need from him. So maybe his leg is going to come into question. He's shown last game that he can do it, but he cannot turn the ball over. Bottom line, if we have a chance to win, because our
I
defense
think
is going to show up no matter what.
that's true. What I think, I mean, he hopefully he can come through and play like he did against Ohio State. Um, Going against the number one defense, ranked defense. He showed that he can use his legs. He showed, he passed very well. He made great decisions on third downs. The play calling was great as well. Um, I mean, if I think like Chambliss has more of the skill, he has the more athleticism for a quarterback. I think he's more skilled than Carson Beck, but I feel like if Carson Beck can just play it smarter with the team that he has around him, just like he did against Ohio State, and I think we can come through with the win for sure. I mean, I'm always gonna ride with the U, so for
Yeah,
sure.
always.
And,
Mhm.
it's great to see the U.S. back. I know my son there is young, and he didn't see the old players as he sees them now on the sidelines. But um, just being in the Orange Bowl, that
Yeah,
place, hearing those stands, that building looked like it was going to fall any day. Um,
I remember people used
you
to come
know,
and park in front of mommy's house, and we used to, we used to pay for, we used to
yeah,
charge them for parking. That happened a lot.
we we live two blocks from the stadium, from the Orange Bowl, and my grandma's house, and we would park the cars no block.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tailgate. You want to see diehard UM fans, and that's who's showing up to the games. The games, as you can see, with every round, more and more fans are showing up.
it's true.
we have the
And
potential of playing home if we win against Ole Miss
That's also true.
you
Yeah,
know,
because it
this
was
year.
you see, it's perfect. It's perfect.
It's like it's meant to be. Right now, actually, the
Mhm.
Ole
yeah,
Miss is considered to be the underdogs, according to the sports website. We got a
yeah,
57.1 in favor of the Hurricanes.
yeah. I'm actually going. You said the odds change. All the time. So a lot of people just want to go ahead and take the money line, and I that plus 9.5 against Ohio State. That was a gift.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a
Thank you,
gift.
thank you, Vegas.
Thank you. Hey,
Now
You
speaking
that's
of
true.
know,
speaking of the game, one thing I wanted to bring up, what was the, because I think every single game there's one play that kind of changed the momentum of the game, or you can say and look back, but like, oh, that's the one play that changed everything. What do you think that one play was in the UM versus the Ohio State game?
Had to be that pick six for sure. I feel like
no.
you don't think so?
But go,
Though that kind of changed the game around and come on. All right, for my opinion, when I mean, obviously I was here, sitting right here watching that game. That first touchdown, obviously it was a great offensive drive, but then that second one um when they were coming down the field, when Ohio State was coming down the field, and they were showing that they were confident, they were gonna, a huge Jeremiah Smith bomb to get them into the red zone, and instantly just shut down by the defense. And he took it back for pick six. He got red. Jeremiah Smith didn't make a crucial block there on a screen pass. And I feel like that just crushed their confidence. It flipped the game, and it just it created like a momentum for us. And I feel like that was a game changing point, like a point, in the game that changed the whole game around. So I mean, let's hear out your opinion, pops. But that was my opinion.
I think that was great play. Um, yeah, pick six is always great, especially you get points from your defense. But Ohio State did come back.
Yeah, they
You
scored two
know,
touchdowns back
they
to
were
back.
able to come back. So it wasn't a play that changed the game because they came back. That field goal was huge, bringing it to 17-14 and gave them that cushion. Not a lot of people talk about that field goal, but the kicker missed, you know,
Yeah, he
kicks.
missed. Yep,
Um,
right before the
and
half.
yeah, and for him to make that kick in such a big game, it's huge because you give him that cushion, that third 17-14 on a tight game. Usually these games do come down to a field goal.
Yeah,
And
a lot.
so even if they scored, and when Ohio State scored and Jeremiah Smith scored, you still had us fans saying, okay, we're still up, not oh, here they come, you know and but that was huge for me, that kick, because it brought it 17-14. But I think overall the game changers were the last drive, where Carson Beck dove on, with that shoulder, that the elbow that he had injured, and dove for that first down.
Yeah,
That showed the team, that when you see your quarterback who has been injured on that arm take a hit for that first down, it does something to you. You know, okay, he's here. Let's back him up. And I think that's what woke him up. I think that was a play when Carson Beck dove, because Carson Beck's not known for his legs,
yeah, yeah.
and that was a huge third down he picked up from with his legs and going head first, shoulder first. And I think that's what changed the momentum and sparked that offense.
That's a good
What
point.
was your what was game? What was the point for you, David?
I'm gonna have to agree with Aiden. Maybe not for the same reasons as Aiden, but definitely, it has to be the pick six, right? So the reason why I say that is because we're winning 7-0 against Ohio. It's a matter of time before Ohio is gonna score, right? They're not gonna go scoreless, and they're already gonna score right now. I'm looking at it, they're gonna score right now, right? Boom, pick six happens, and we're up 14-0. All of a sudden, you're like, oh crap, the whole perspective of the game moving forward is like, oh no, it's a tight game, close game. No, Ohio State is losing by big, by a pick six. It's not a normal like we went down the field. It's a pick six, and a pick six does a lot for the mental state of the quarterback, the coach, the strain on the on the offense, the strain on the momentum is a very very real thing in college, more so than NFL. And once you create the momentum on, especially on a 14-0 lead, that's super difficult for Ohio State to even reel from that. And it was so bad that they didn't even score in the first half. We had them scoreless on the first half. And that because it has to do with the pick six, not because we started now half started, brand new game. But this time we're up 2 touchdowns. And now you saw Ohio State scored first. Third quarter, we got a field goal right after, and then they scored again. So we were already like it was getting already kind of dicey, right? And then we scored a touchdown at the very end, right? But that pick changed the momentum when we needed it because Ohio State would score more points. They just ran out of time, and we stole that time by that pick six because we had them scoreless in the first half. So I agree with Aiden.
That's a good point.
Valid
Now,
point.
And
yep,
I will say, man, one of my favorite players. Um, yeah, I know everybody loves Tony, so do I. I love Fletcher, but man, Jacoby Thomas on defense, that boy can hit.
Yeah,
Be Thomas.
Oh,
that
I'm
guy's
in
a
love
the
with
guy's
that
a
guy.
force. Yeah, the guy's a force.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
you you
he
you feel
belongs in
him.
jail.
Now that defense is stacked in general.
No,
Just
Yeah, Bane, of
it's
course,
Bane,
the
Mesidor.
coaching. I like to credit the coaching a lot of the coaching because that defense is serious to hold scoreless to Ohio State in the first half. That's not easy.
uh, Jason Taylor, the defensive line.
Yeah, and there you go. That's the experience. That's the coaching. That's coaching right there. So very good play from Miami. Great win. And that was revenge.
Huge win.
I don't know if you guys remember, but the revenge when we lost the championship against Ohio State. That
Oh, I
night,
remember.
that night when they lost, I was so mad. I started crying. I started crying and I broke my NCAA CD in half because I was so upset of the outcome in the game. I was so upset and I went to bed crying. I remember that game.
It's
You
that
know,
serious.
there are moments in life where you knew where you were at the
Yeah,
exact time, exact place. These are one of them that you knew where you were when that play happened.
yeah, with the phantom call and it was such like
Yeah,
it's bittersweet, right? Because I don't know how old I was, like 12, 14. I'm 34 now, 35, about to be 35, and yeah, that play lasted a long time, and now
yeah.
we were vindicated. The Canes got the win back against Ohio State, which is even better, and now we got Ole Miss. And with Ole Miss, with us being the favorite, I'm a little bit worried about us being the favorite because that always brings me like superstitions. I don't ever like being the favorite. I like being the underdog all the time.
That's true.
It's just odds. I don't think their mindset is crystal ball has them on the right mindset. You know about being the favorites. Uh, they weren't supposed to be in the playoffs. They
Yeah,
are the underdogs.
yeah, yeah, right.
You know, people. And people don't understand. They want to say fans are bandwagon fans now, but they don't understand that the older generation has been waiting for this to happen again, to see glory in the U, and of course they're excited. Let them be. I have Ohio. I have UM winning tomorrow. Just gonna go straight up money line, and let's go U.
What's the
If
odds? Oh,
oh,
you go, you go.
if okay, so if you guys weren't being biased, right? Since we are uh UM fans, Hurricanes fans, what would you guys like think going into this game? Like, let's say you weren't a Canes fan, you're going into this game. Who would you put your like money on if you had to? Would it be Ole Miss or would it be Miami? Like realistically, if you weren't biased about your like choice.
I would say UM.
Yeah,
Um, defense wins championships.
yeah,
I agree.
absolutely. Now, well,
Yeah.
defense can take you to the championship, but you got to score points.
True.
And in this case,
Yes.
with Ohio State, they did score points, so it can't be right.
They said, they scored 14. They were going to win the game. I'm not going to name the coach, but they scored 14 and they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with that being said, now I believe the U is gonna win. There's a whole bunch of reasons as to why, right? But that coach for Ole Miss just left them, right, in the middle of the season. He's gone.
Bad, nasty,
Yeah,
the way he did.
so I don't care who you are, this or that, right? There's a people saying that, oh, it galvanized them, it rallied them to be better who they are. You're still without a coach, right? And the coach is supposed to be there at crunch moments, at the clutch moments, right? You need every help that you can get. And if you're missing literally the leader that's not on the
The
field, your
staple.
coach, your staple, like the guy you everybody listens to, and he's gone. Who did they have that's gonna step up and take his place, right? The interim coach? I mean, maybe, right? But I believe that's gonna lose his steam, and they're gonna lose his steam once they hit Miami's defense. Because once that happens and they go scoreless, I believe they're gonna go scoreless again in the first half. We're a first half team, and I think they're gonna go scoreless, and it's gonna mess with their mental. This guy Lacey's great. 23 touchdowns for the year. He's gonna hit a brick
Yep.
wall. He's gonna hit a brick wall. That coach is not gonna let them run the ball over on us, especially now in the semifinals.
I
True.
yeah, sounds good, man. I hope so. Let's go tomorrow. I'm ready for tomorrow. You
I
know where
am.
I'll
I'm
be at
ready
7:30.
Now,
Um,
when it comes to the playoffs, right? We do have on the other side of that, and that's gonna be the Indiana game.
Oof.
tough game.
You think Indiana's gonna win that game?
You know, you're being from Miami. You know, you're supposed to go for the hometown kid. You know, out of Columbus, Mendoza, Heisman winner. What he did to Alabama was
It was
this
crazy.
is Alabama, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never seen Alabama treated this way. You know, it was if I was to picture it, if I was to use a metaphor, if I was to say how bad that weapon was, imagine being on the end of a Derrick Henry stiff arm. That's what they did to Alabama.
Yeah,
True.
I mean, he threw for 192 yards and three touchdowns. So QBR 96, pretty good against Alabama.
Dissected them.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
kind of nasty.
And he
he
sat too. He sat in the fourth, no, for a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
his
Did
brother
he?
came in. His
His
brother's
brother
the
came
backup.
in.
yeah, yeah. It was
Yeah.
a blowout. Like so, you had the running backs running all over the field. They just I'm so glad that they did what they did to Alabama. I don't like Alabama. I don't like the
Yeah.
coach.
No, yeah, it's time to get another team, you know, in there. I love to see another team, you know, finally new teams in the finals, you know. But they're gonna, I have them beating Oregon. Um, I don't think Oregon can keep up with Indiana, even though when they've met, you know, Indiana did win, but it came down to an interception. But I like Indiana. I'm taking their money line.
Nice, nice. I think Indiana might win too. Oregon's a good team, so I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean a little bit more towards Oregon. I feel
Oof.
like I feel like honestly, Oregon is used to being in the playoffs. Obviously, I mean, obviously Indiana, Fernando Mendoza, he's great, Heisman winner. But this is his first time here. Experience definitely does matter in the playoffs. I mean, Alabama didn't show that, but Alabama, then again, I personally don't think they should have made it into the playoffs to begin with. They're just all around. They don't have their Nick Saban anymore. Honestly, I feel like Oregon's gonna take this one with Dante Moore. Their run game is great. Indiana, I mean, of course, Indiana's tough. It's not gonna be like an easy, I feel like sweep. I think it's gonna be a very close game. Fernando Mendoza is gonna make some great plays, but I think they're gonna fall short, honestly, against Oregon. That's just my opinion. I think that Oregon's gonna take that one.
So with that being said of Mendoza, right? Let's say he declares for the draft. Is he number one pick?
Yes,
Yes, I think
but
so.
if I was him, I'd go back to school. I mean,
You
this
got
is
the
just me
Raiders.
being. I wouldn't want to be a Raider.
That's true. Yeah,
I mean,
I mean, if the
yeah.
Raiders don't get him, it will probably be the Jets, and I think that might be worse.
oof.
So yeah, his options are this. But you know what? If he does come back, then only great things. You know, the only thing you have to worry about at this point from him, because he's already at the top, is just getting injured.
Yeah, right. You don't want to wish that, but one injury can change your whole career.
True.
So,
I mean,
but
then
let's see what
again,
happens.
then again, Fernando Mendoza can be what the Raiders need and what they've been looking for. They've had some quarterback issues in the past with obviously Geno Smith. He's not great, honestly. I mean, we can all agree on that, I'm sure. I think everybody who
He's not the
watches
worst, but
football,
yeah, he's not great.
he's not great. They in the season before that they were playing Aiden O'Connell, and I mean, honestly, we haven't heard much from Aiden O'Connell, and that season wasn't great as well. But Fernando Mendoza can be what they need, the
The
Raiders, if he
the
is the number one pick.
the last time the Raiders got the number one pick, they picked Jamarcus Russell. So they got a little
And one
bit
of
they got
the
a little bit of history.
Uh, he played for the Dolphins as well, I believe, right? Or no? No,
Who?
that was Culpepper. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
go
Dante
yeah.
Culpepper. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jamarcus
sorry.
Russell just you heard about the story about about Jamarcus
Yeah,
Russell
yeah,
where they give him game tapes and it was like yeah I like him and it was blank.
yeah, yeah. No,
The
he
guy
was
was
a bust.
crazy.
Yeah, he was a bust. Number one, probably debatably one of the worst number one
Yeah,
picks in the draft.
there's a whole bunch of lists that list him as like the
No,
worst bust.
that list is pretty long.
Yeah, but he's number one always.
Debatably, yeah. I mean, he could be
No,
number one. People can have
like
opinion.
there's
You
like
think he's number
multiple
Yeah.
one?
lists,
Don't
multiple
forget
lists.
Ryan Lee.
Oh, no, but
Yeah, Ryan,
yeah,
Ryan Lee
yeah,
was bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
So yeah,
with that being said, we got Indiana and then we got Miami, where that's who we're
correct.
choosing to
I
go
do.
in the finals. All right, I like it. I agree. I agree. Now, do you think that Miami can beat Indiana?
Without being biased, without being you know, I don't think so. I think Indiana wins and takes it all the way. And I hate to say it, I'm all for the U. I'm as a fan, I'm gonna say I'm all the way Miami. I'm a ride Miami. I'm a see Miami. I'm a vote Miami. But it's just Indiana. It's very tough. And do I see? From what I'll tell you what. Let's see what how Indiana looks against Oregon, and then I can. But from what I saw from Alabama, this kid is the real deal. Let me see how he plays Oregon, and then I'll let you know if Miami, if Indiana, if Miami can win. Actually, so let me take a look at him again. Because Indiana, it's besides Ohio State, who else they played during the year.
Well,
They barely
they
beat
played
Penn State.
Oregon.
Right, 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 and they won. They again an interception came down to an interception. They still won
They beat
again. So that's
they
why I
beat
said let me see how they
Ohio
look against
State
Oregon.
and Alabama.
Yeah, Ohio State and Oregon. But let me see how they look against Oregon because if I don't know. I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan. And I'm making a hard decision. I want to say the U, but from what I saw against Alabama, Indiana looks tough.
What about you, Aiden?
But I want to ask my dad here a question. But why are your hopes so high for Alabama? Like, why is Alabama like them beating Alabama by so much? Why is that what's like painting this picture that Indiana's unbeatable?
This is why I said let me see how he looks against Oregon,
Okay.
and then
I mean, they have played
and then
again before. Indiana beat
if I
Oregon.
was to bet today, put Indiana, Miami, um, I'd probably lean towards Miami because
Okay.
again, you feel Alabama does not belong there, but let me see how he looks against Oregon, and then I'll tell you on the next segment or afterwards that which way I'm leaning towards the bet.
Yeah, next
Sounds
segment, there's definitely gonna be high emotions. Hopefully, the good emotions and not the sad ones where, if Miami happens to lose, which is not gonna happen. But if they happen to lose, something unlucky happens, we're gonna have different emotions in
oh,
the next
so
segment for sure. So
I do have a question for PJ for my brother. If Miami loses against Ole Miss, do you consider the season a failure?
No,
Why not?
um, you know, after we lost to SMU, I didn't think we were gonna make it to the playoffs. I thought we were done. And for this team, you know, they're a great football team, but put that aside. Have you? We're from Miami. We live in Miami, right? 305. The talk of the town is the U.
Yeah, of course.
It is bringing back the culture. The culture's back. Michael Irving is funny.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, he's hilarious.
that's the U. Remember? Stephen A. I heard Stephen A. The other day, talking about the old you coming down the airplane camouflage. Watching Jimmy Johnson on the sideline. Um,
Ray
as
Lewis.
someone again that's my age, the generation that heard the Orange Bowl, saw the people parking, saw the walking, saw the glory days. To be on it again, it's bigger than football, man. So they won already, I think. It's bringing a city together. Sports brings people together.
Yeah, yeah, agree.
Yeah, you go to every corner. Hey, man, tomorrow the talk of the town is going to be about the game.
Yes, everywhere.
True.
I mean,
National. That's
you
national
won.
news.
You won.
That's good. I like that. What about you, Aiden?
Um, I don't count it as a failure. We came into the playoffs. Obviously, we lost. We took some hard losses to two unranked teams in Louisville and SMU, and those were pretty bad losses. But we were going into the playoffs as really high underdogs, and honestly, everybody counted us out. And now that we've probably it could be considered one of the biggest upsets beating Ohio State. Um, I mean, it's just I wouldn't count it as a failure because we definitely proved that our team is always here to come. And going on to the next year as well, we have high hopes for the next season as well. Um, and I wouldn't count it as a failure personally, no.
It'll be great for recruiting
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. Yep,
that as
yep.
well.
Yeah,
A lot
and the
of
I
portal.
great players are gonna want to come here for sure.
yep, I would definitely have to agree on that part, on the recruitment process, because when you go ahead and beat somebody like Ohio State with the personnel you got and then the way you beat it, right? That brings that's enticing for a kid out of college or a kid out of high school, excuse me. That's enticing. You want the portal's there, right? The portal's there. You can get up and go. But when you see somebody like Miami, especially with the swagger and then you bring the U back, that holds weight. Their pedigree, their prestige holds weight. So definitely a good recruitment season for sure, for sure. We're gonna go ahead and close it out with some NFL. Right now we got the playoffs going on and we got a couple of games going on Saturday. So who do you guys think is gonna win on Saturday?
Um,
Um,
We got
sure.
right now
The Panthers and the Rams
we got the Rams and the Panthers, and then we got the Packers and the Bears.
and the Bears.
So
the
Panthers,
Rams are gonna. Uh-huh.
Panthers
The
surprise team.
Rams are gonna run over the Panthers. Third time's a
Kill them.
charm. Yeah. Um, the Rams all the way.
You
You
uh,
don't you don't have no confidence in Bryce Young and the Panthers at all. Like, Bryce Young, he pulled it out, and in the regular season, they beat the Rams.
Playoffs is a different
It's true.
breed. It's a
yeah.
different type of game.
It's
Okay.
true.
In basketball, any sport, you say the word playoffs, you see another type of another level of you know how these guys play. Rams are gonna beat the Panthers. I believe the Panthers have a plus 2,000 or something to win the Super Bowl.
So
It's crazy.
so the Panthers are, I would like to say that's because every year I believe there's a division in the NFL that's just lucky to be there. They're just happy to be there, right? This year has to be the NFC South because you got the Panthers who are 8-9 in the playoffs. You got the
The
Bucks
Buccaneers.
who are 8-9 also, which they lose to the tiebreaker. They got the Falcons again, 8-9, lose to the tiebreaker, and then you got the Saints, 6-11, right? The fact that the Saints got 6 wins is impressive, but that team right there, the Panthers, are just happy to be there, in my opinion. They're just there for the fun, and they're gonna give it the best.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
teams had a chance to make it to the playoffs in like the third quarter of the season. It was like it all came down to one team to lose, one team to win, for one team to make it. And it was like that's a really
Yeah.
bad division this season. The Bucks obviously went off to a hot start. I think they were like 6-1. I would have to fact check that. I'm pretty sure they were like going 6-1 and then faced injuries and Mika Buka was looking good. Um, but then they fell. They lost a lot.
Their heart and soul went down after Evans went down.
Yeah.
It
It's
went
true.
downhill from that.
Yeah. Did
It's
Todd
true.
Bowles still got a job, or he got fired?
For now,
Yeah,
For
right. For
now.
now. Now, what about
yeah.
How's
the next
Packers?
game? We got the Packers and the Bears. I'm choosing the Bears.
Um, I'm going with the Bears only for one reason, and
Parsons.
that reason is Mika, Parsons.
Michael Parsons.
You know,
Yep.
Michael Parsons.
What
That
he's
is the solely reason why I think the Bears are going to win as well.
And so
Michael
do I.
Michael Parsons plays for the Packers. Why? Because he's injured.
No, I know. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
injured.
yeah. He's out for the year, torn ACL, and that's huge. You're the second person today. I saw somebody bet with the Packers, and I said, I looked at all his bets, and I said, yeah, I like all your bets except for the Packers. He's like, you're crazy, and I said, dude, number one decision, Parsons, and he says, what? He's injured, and I said, he's out for the season, and he says, oh my God, I made a mistake. He goes, Bears are going to win it, and then that's the huge reason why the Bears will win.
I mean, not only that as well, and I'm not going to put it all on him just being out. That Ben Johnson offense is rolling with Caleb Williams as well. Caleb Williams is spectacular. He's a talent as well. He's made some great plays this season. He's come clutch in a lot of fourth quarters this season. I think Caleb Williams is a force to be reckoned with as well. So I'm not just gonna say Michael Parsons is the sole reason that I feel like the Packers are gonna lose, but then again, Parsons would have definitely put a lot of pressure on Caleb Williams that game as well. So I mean, you know, but I gotta go with the
He's
Bears for
playing.
sure.
He's playing pretty good. Definitely playing a lot better than what I thought he was gonna be playing. Right? Because I'm not a fan of Caleb at all. Um, what he does on and off the field, I'm just not a fan. But he plays good.
And
He
I
plays
think
good.
Love, I think Love is better than Caleb. But Ben Johnson has an offensive mind that he's we once said our coach was a genius. Ben Johnson's incredible.
Ben
He is
Johnson
incredible
is
for
going to
sure.
be the reason why the Bears, well, he is the reason why the Bears just turned it around instantly after one season, which is kind of crazy, right? And there's a crazy
Mhm.
contrast between Ben Johnson and Pete Carroll, right? You have two different teams, but I mean, you do have two different teams, but each coach is on the first year, and Raiders is just very bad. They have to lean on Geno Smith and company, well, Ashan Janti, and you
Ashton
have
Yancy, yeah.
yeah, that guy. And then you got Ben Johnson that got Caleb Williams, and you just got the Bears, and this offense is high powered. Now, the Bears last year were not good, was not a good team. The Bears last year was not a
Yep.
good team. But for him to turn it around speaks volumes for the type of coach that he is. And that's the reason why they made it this far and why they're gonna win this playoff game. Now,
And
the Packers are good. They're just not that good.
The running
just
game
just
has
like that,
definitely
just not that
slowed.
good.
The running game has definitely slowed down. Injuries. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, for sure. And Christian
so
Watson being back, he's great right now. He's been doing pretty well. He's been scoring. He's a deep threat for sure.
I just feel
And he's
like they're
definitely helped the
I just feel like they're
Packers lose.
mediocre at best, dude.
I mean,
um,
they
you
are
know,
facing a lot of injuries though, for sure.
Kraft is out. But one disappointment I would say is Matthew Golden. I thought he was going
Yeah.
to have a
Oh,
solid year.
Yeah, me too.
Wow.
not even a touchdown.
At times you see it, and then he disappears. I thought that at one point Watson was out, Reed was out, and you're like, okay, now Kraft was out, and now here he has his chance, and
No.
he just doesn't show up.
Now, mind you, they are 9-7 with one tie, the Packers. So they didn't have that much of a good season at all. If anything, they're lucky to be there. They're just happy to be there.
I mean, also, that game against the Ravens, Jordan Love wasn't playing. It was Malik Willis, even though Malik Willis did have a decent game. There was just a lot of injuries that affected the Packers this season for sure. Um,
By the way, Malik Willis will be a free agent end of the year.
for sure.
Dolphins.
He played
Dolphins.
great. Malik Willis played great.
Great.
Yeah,
I'll give
looks
you
good.
guys that. Now, Super Bowl predictions. Just choose one team right now to who you think is gonna win it all. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go Seahawks with the defense.
I'm gonna go Seahawks as well.
You know, I would like say the Seahawks with their defense, but there's one reason why I won't go with the Seahawks, and that's Sam Darnold. I feel like I don't know if Sam Darnold has that. Every time he gets into the playoffs, he shows it with the Vikings. Yeah, that one reason right there, Sam Darnold. And I don't know. I don't feel like Sam Darnold is a playoff player. Like you can have a great regular season. He's had good seasons with the Vikings. He went to the playoffs and then he choked in the first round. Um, the my pick would be, and it could be controversial, but I'm going with the Texans for sure.
Oh,
I
the
think the Texans.
Texans.
Yep.
Great defense.
My dad's face went up. He's like, wow. He's
I
confused, but hey,
I
that
don't.
defense,
I just don't like CJ
that
Stroud.
CJ Stroud is not bad at all. Nico Collins is great. That defense is even better. The number one defense.
No, no,
I
defense
mean,
is gonna take you
Yeah,
far,
defense is great.
right? But like, who is the defense gonna carry the quarterback or what's going on here?
CJ Stroud is great. What you mean? I don't feel like CJ Stroud is. I feel like I don't know. I don't feel
I
like
think
CJ
CJ
Stroud really
Stroud
is
has
great.
moments.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
we
agree.
we haven't seen him in the playoffs yet, though. We haven't seen. I mean, I'm just gonna go solely with the. I mean, you said the Seahawks with the defense. I'm gonna go with the Texans with the defense, and I feel like
Now,
CJ Stroud can hold
now
down that
Sam
offense.
Darnold has something that CJ Stroud doesn't have, and that's playoff experience.
Weapons and weapons too. He has Jackson
Um,
Smith and Jigba.
Yeah,
He
but you got Nico
has
Collins.
yeah,
yeah, but we're
you know,
not gonna compare Nico to Jackson Smith and Jigba. I mean,
What do you mean? They
Darnold
were
is
but
great.
again, with Darnold is again the same concept as the U. Carson Beck, don't lose the game.
Don't lose the game.
Don't turn the ball over. You have two running backs. Number one can be anywhere a number one running back. You have two solid running backs. I think you rely on them, and I think Sam Darnold should rely a lot of the dump offs. They're there. It's very successful for Pittsburgh. Kenneth Gainwell almost looks as a receiver. There's some of these quarterbacks. I don't know why they don't do most of it. I mean, I love Jameer Gibbs, but I'm just trying. But let me stick to topic. But Darnold has two caliber, you know, Pro Bowl, I think, running backs that they should utilize more, especially in the passing game.
And don't forget the tight end. You got AJ Butter over there. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is actually pretty good. He is pretty good, and then yeah, the defense just don't lose the game. Don't
Don't
turn the
lose the
ball
game.
over. Don't lose the game.
hey, I just want to say one thing. We saw a brief playoff game in the Rams. You think the Rams are gonna beat the Panthers, right? They're gonna play the Seahawks next. The last time the Seahawks played the Rams, Sam Darnold threw four picks and not a single touchdown. Yeah, they almost brought it back and won, but they still lost. And Sam Darnold was a crucial part in that loss, throwing four turnovers and not a single touchdown. I mean, that's just a little preview. I mean, of Sam Darnold. It can
Don't,
happen the same thing in the
don't lose the
second
game.
round.
Don't lose the game.
Yeah,
He
don't lose
lost
the
on that
game.
game. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, don't. That's yeah. It comes down to
Yeah,
don't lose the game.
yeah, I
Use your
mean,
running back.
he did beat the Niners, which the Niners did beat the Bears. So, don't get me wrong, Rams lost to the Falcons. So, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Now,
It is true.
one thing though, I really do want to talk about. I want to talk about is butterfly effects, right? How
Okay.
one little thing can just cascade into something crazy, right? And then my inspiration was from that missed kick from Baltimore and the Steelers. That one missed kick, right? If he would have made that kick, we would have been talking about Mike Tomlin being out of a job, right? Because of the Steelers and how they're one and done team in the playoffs and just a lot of they're on the same boat. Mike Tomlin and John Harbaugh. They're both the oldest tenured coaches in the NFL, one and two. So because he missed the kick, Jim is out the door, right? There are rumors that Jim kind of lost the locker room, kind of lost Lamar, but that one little kick now is cascading to he doesn't have a job. Now it's threatening coaches' jobs all over the league. He has there's seven teams that don't have coaches, and he received seven phone calls within 45 minutes of teams that want him to be their head coach.
Well
So
deserved.
what do you mean?
Yeah.
I want him in Miami.
Yeah, yeah. I mean
But
absolutely.
but if you want Lamar in Miami, you can't have both Jim Harbaugh and Lamar. They say Lamar is part of the reason why they let go of Jim Harbaugh in the first place.
I mean I believe it.
Let's see what
I believe it because
the butterfly effect. I'm not a fan.
of what the butterfly
Sports.
effect.
It's just in sports. They use a lot of, oh, what if that shot went in?
Yeah.
What if they scored that goal? What if they made that catch? What if and I don't believe in the what ifs. And that never happened.
Yeah, no, but
So
I'm not talking about the what ifs. I'm talking about like because of this, a bunch of stuff started happening.
right. But then you said, what if the other way around?
Yeah, yeah, that would
If
just
he would have
be
made the kick,
yeah, yeah, that would just be like adding to it, right? Yeah,
oh,
that's just the what if, but like butterfly effects. You saw how one little thing can just cascade into a big thing.
It's true.
You have any of that has happened to you in your lives?
in my life, if one thing leads to another, I got kids.
Something small. Oh yeah.
No,
That's
yeah,
true.
no, it's
I'm right here.
you know, uh, it's something that can't, I would not to talk about my life experience, but something that like a butterfly effect.
If you so why you think about that? I would like to go ahead and give you my butterfly effect, right? So I have maybe I have a couple, right? But the one that sticks out to me the most is I used to work at the dealership back in Homestead, right? And I would just butt heads with the managers because I was very rebellious. I want work to be done, and sometimes people didn't was not on the same page as me, right? Pedal to the metal, right? So a lot of tension boiled over. Then one day I happened to see a little tray of chicharrones on the table. It's not mine, right? But it's on the table in the break room. And I'm like, man, I shouldn't eat that, especially if everybody here hates me. And I know who brought it, right? Because all the managers didn't really like me. I was the guy that talked back. I was like, I know I shouldn't take it. I shouldn't take it. But I did. Because I took that, I got fired. The guy immediately was like, you know what? You're fired. I don't like you. I was like, all right, peace. I'm out. And because of that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to move to Fort Myers. And if it wasn't because I grabbed the chicharron, I would never have moved to Fort Myers and
That's
started my
true.
life over here.
That's a big. That's
So,
a that's a big butterfly effect. Honestly, it did
yeah, yeah, yeah.
did
Little,
change a
little,
lot about
little,
the way you live your life now.
little thing like that. So, a little example of how that came to be. Aiden, you got anything or PJ?
I could mention, like you said, a lot of things. If I wasn't in the right place, right time, I wouldn't be with my wife.
Yeah.
You know, it's things like that. Life teaches us, that make the most of it, of the moment. I mean, and sometimes in life, like in your case, one door closes. You know what? Another one opens. it's your mindset. You can be stuck or you can move forward. I mean, so yeah, it's one of the things. My wife, my dog that I have that I call my daughter. My kids say I love her more than them. It's true.
It's true.
Um, my wife found her on the side of the road. She just happened to be at the right moment at the right time, and it's the best thing in my life.
Yeah.
You know, best thing in my life.
Yeah, you like if she would have just left 5 minutes later from the house, never would have seen her.
Never would have seen her in the street roaming. Our little puppy.
Yeah. What about you, Aiden?
I can't really like I've tried thinking this whole time of like a butterfly effect, but I don't think I probably have experienced some butterfly effects, but I can't think of one on the top of my head that like impacted like
Yeah, yeah,
that
maybe
was like it
like
stands out to me.
food for thought. Think about it, and then
Yeah,
you can go back to it in the next podcast, and we could talk about it. All right,
we could.
so
Yeah, it's definitely.
looks like we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping this up. Is there anything else you guys wanna talk about?
Um, you know, like we said, we live in Miami. We're from Miami. I know a lot of people have heard. Dade County, 305. Um,
Peruvian.
background Peruvians. The great food. Not a lot people probably now. I remember growing up. Where's that? Where's that? Peru. Now it's you guys have the best food in the world.
Yeah,
You know, so it's loving life. And no, man, I'm just happy to be a part of Miami. If anybody here in the chat wants to know how it is to live here, there's only two types of seasons, mostly hot and hotter.
yeah, right.
Uh, yeah,
We go to the
and
beach on Christmas.
yeah. So
That's true.
yes, yeah. Chat. If you guys have any questions, let us know. You know, send your requests, send your questions. We'll answer it next time about anything. Peru, Miami, sports, uh, your butterfly effect, and then yeah, 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 we'll be here. And, David will let you guys know the times and the days that we're gonna
Streaming
be on.
schedule.
Yeah,
We're
so
we're definitely gonna
all
start
right.
streaming. We're looking to shoot for Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Same time, right? If you guys don't catch us live, you can always just catch us on YouTube, right? Andino's on the mic. It's not created yet, but it will be there. I gotta do a little bit of editing, put a little sauce in there. Aiden, anything you wanna add before we get off?
Definitely. If this reaches the right audience, I mean, obviously, drop a follow. Also the YouTube, like you were mentioning. Um, we're gonna take the recording. We're gonna make some edits. We're gonna implement. We're gonna put our recordings, edit it, and post it on YouTube. So check that out as well. We gotta put that in the Twitch box
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
So we'll definitely put that in the Twitch box and then click on there. Check that out as well.
yeah.
And, ladies,
When the weekend comes,
and
I'm take care of that.
ladies, Aiden is single.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true.
It's so funny, man. All right, guys. Well, thank
All
you for
right.
tuning in to Andino's on the mic. We appreciate the listens, appreciate the follows, and catch you guys on the next one.